Let there be peace and love. Welcome to Satsang. One sees the world because of an appearing subject. So the subject can be said is the root cause of all this manifestation. It's the creator of all this manifestation. And the peace or the happiness every living being searches for, after many, many different attempts, a peace which ever lasts, is not in this manifestation. It will appear and disappear, but the deep search, the deep anxiety is the disappearance of things and the disappearance of the I. So it's a total different direction than what the mind knows. The mind starts from I as a start, and it flows from that start in myriads of directions. And the real peace and happiness is not there. So it is only the wise, the sages who said to us that in reality we are not a limited subject, and the peace the limited subject searches is to finally realize its real nature. And its real nature is always there, yet remains invisible because it cannot be owned by the rising subject, which is limited by its own birth and death. So that original nature is always there, but cannot be felt, cannot be experienced and known, because these are the means of the apparent subject. And whatever is produced by this apparent subject is limited as the subject. It has a birth, a span of life, and a death. So there cannot be a real peace there. That's why at some point it is urgent to realize reality or the original nature of all things, all beings. It's already there, it's already realized in a way. The moment, it's not a matter of time, it's a matter of time to really want to realize that. So to realize, it's just to dedicate a moment Papaji was speaking of a split second, not to link oneself to thinking, not to create a subject. So, don't hook at whatever is presented for a moment. And then see, where are you left? You are left where you always have been. So that is the subject of the satsang. To remove the so-called ignorance about the real search, a search which will not produce endlessly other searches. It is a radical end of search because the seeker who was searched has been demystified as reality. It's just a belief. Will you believe? It's just a belief. I am this body-mind, and if you think so, of course you are born and you will die. So it is to question a base which is like a taboo, cannot be questioned by the world, and still it can be questioned. But that question will look essential or very valuable only after a certain amount of kicks and bites from experiences in the world. So when there is a certain amount of disappointment and real deep unsatisfaction, even if you have everything looks nice, and yet there is something there. It's called the fire to liberate oneself from beliefs is showing up. And satsang, the books who are inspired by that subject, surely is a company which will make the fire so strong that it will burn other fires for other things. So it will remain the essential one which may lead this life. So satsang is for that, to produce more fire if needed, or to clear up what is this thing called enlightenment or liberation or realization, or what is God, who am I in reality, all those questions. So, if there is any question remaining, it's the mind which is still very powerful. So, if you like to free yourself by exposing it, maybe it will be seen for what it is, just a passing cloud having no real value. But yet, be careful, because if you hear this, then you may not even ask questions, you see. But it's not like that. you have to ask the questions, even having the knowledge maybe, oh, it's not worth. But if they are there still, it means something is still taken for real, and then it's better to ask.
Ganga,
Yeah,
I think this is not really a question,
okay.
but I have to kind of say that here.
Okay.
You just said kicks and bites, and it seems that what I see is kind of everything in my life.
Yeah.
Whatever concerns my person is kicked and bitten, and
Yeah.
and it's kind of, I feel cornered, and it is, whatever I do is there's no way out, in a way, and whatever I do is leading to more frustration even than anything else.
Okay.
Like nothing works. So lately that has led me to kind of don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't call it fire. Doesn't look to me like that.
It's
but
exhaustion.
it's something like that.
Yeah.
And when you spoke yesterday in satsang, I kind of recognized that I don't know what how to say that. It is an arrogance or an ambition, that is deeply rooted in me, which is comparing myself. I think it's there over the whole time that I know you. It kind of, before, that ambition was maybe good and something that carried me and that was brought me maybe to you even. But in a way, I didn't give up that ambition.
Yeah, okay. But in a way, it's an excellent state for an individual to admit that, then what? I'm helpless. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm helpless. And you speak of no fire, of course, because like a wild animal, you try it in so many ways, but it's always dead end. It looks like it's true. So here, only here, whatever brought you here, but everybody has to come to this point. Only here it may make sense to question the one that you described in a certain way, with ambition, for example, because it's basic in this case. It is its basic sense of existence. Because of the past, whatever. It's different for everyone. So that, you are cornered in that because, in fact, it's your base. Now is the excellent time to question the base. You don't even care now about the quality you refer to, but are you somebody? The answer will not be anymore in the knowledge you acquired even in satsang. is the direction which counts. That will make vanish the quality of I, and if I has no quality, there is no I. Now, and again, go into that direction. You don't need anymore to describe the map. It's clear, you have to leave the map now. Then you have learned your lesson. Yes.
I find myself going through deep periods of searching for the divine and having experiences, and then I'm flung into the world where I can have relationships, and I'm talking about an intimate relationship such as a marriage or a committed relationship, and it always comes to me as a choice between that or the other, and I cannot seem to do both. And I see relationships as well between very spiritual people, but they're not always as committed as I had fantasized. Fantasized. I was amazed by your own journey of having a master become a husband, and now you have a legacy such as this. Forgive me if that's too personal, but I really struggle with finding both in my own life, and I'm really tired of it now. It feels like one or the other.
Yes, but you see, there is one advantage to choose one, I will tell you. If you go to relationship by chance, but it's a chance, who knows, among myriads of chance, it may be enough, satisfying, beautiful. It will be rare. If you choose the other, you run after, let's say, freedom, real one. Who knows which life you will have? Generally, the life looks then a blessing. And you may be rid of that trouble, or maybe it will be fulfilled. So I would be wise now, for a while. And anyway, when you have a beautiful relationship in this world, one of the two will die one day. You see, there is always this sword of Damocles, this thing of the fear of disappearance in this world, whatever you live. It is not shown acutely because there is a kind of the time brings continuity, and sometimes it is long in time. And yet it's there. So solve the real thing. Yeah.
Yesterday you said something that really landed in me, and that was that the mind has to admit his defeat.
Yeah.
He can't go that way. So it really hit me.
Okay, be hit it.
Yeah,
it.
that's why I shared it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Till this mind itself disappears.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. This is
That's it, huh? Yeah. In a way, it shocked me.
I'm very happy.
Yeah, me too. But, yeah.
I'm doing pretty well. I'm feeling great. And I see some beautiful couple having a wonderful relationship. I think maybe that's better. I feel a bit offended.
Why not me?
Yeah, but it's my destiny to be alone.
If you have a destiny, maybe. If you have a destiny in reality.
If I have a destiny,
If you have a destiny, maybe. If you say so, it may happen so. But have you in reality a destiny? Ah.
just keep searching. But enjoy it. Be happy.
When you will hear that it's by non-searching that you will be happy.
Yeah, I know what. Call it playing then, playing in life.
Yeah, but can you, if there is still a player?
Play without a player.
Yes. something to say, Nick? No?
Not at the moment.
No. When there is, you tell. Who are you? Yeah? Take your time.
Every time that I went inside the water yesterday, when you spoke about the river and the bank, you know, it's like every time I remember what you said, you are wet and then you will get dry. It's like,
But it's an image. Who are you in this image? Who are you?
I mean this thing, I mean the seer of the experiences,
Yeah.
and being the experience. I mean like if you ask me,
Yeah.
you know,
You're both.
both, you know.
Yeah, you are both. But you think so, huh? You see, at some point, the individual is gone. Yeah? That's why you say, I am myself. Yeah? At the time, suddenly, for some reason, you confuse yourself for the individuality. So, I think it's because you have not heard enough that whatever appears, it's of course, you became like this, it's an expression for you, you will call it's me, but it is not what you experience which is without form. So why do you sometimes you allow yourself not to be hypnotized or not to hook at the appearance, and sometimes you just don't. you speak them from the apparent point of view. Mm? So know that these are the tricks of the mind. Because even the experience of formlessness, even though there is a perfume of the self there, is still a form. Otherwise it would not alternate with the other shape. Mm? Did you see that well? Not sure. You see, when you go to the other side of the mirror, in a way, the one side shows all the activities that you start to see also. But then you go to the other side where there is nothing. It's formless. Still it is part of the mind. Huh? Because it happens to someone. It happens, otherwise how can you express it? I said the world, there is a world because of the subject. So I am still there, and sometimes I experience formlessness because I am into self-investigation, and sometimes, of course, I experience forms. But then it is still in the same boat. Hmm?
What happened to me when I say to you, for example, the seer, because that
Mm-hmm.
this is like always when those amazing moments which when you
Amazing moments. Yeah, those amazing moments. This is formlessness, the experience of formlessness.
So I don't question the eye, like I don't.
Not yet. But it's a good news. It explains why you sometimes like this and sometimes like that. Eye is like a blind spot because we are used to dress eye with a shape all the time. So know that in satsang, this shape of formlessness is also demystified. Then I want to see if you can be caught again. When you cannot not hear at some point. You may not hear because it looks not true, it looks, even though you trust, but it's, how come, you know? But hear it so that by yourself, now you cannot do without having heard this. So whatever comes, it comes, nothing to reject, but know what it is. You see, it's an experience here. So, I is maintained, I as an individual is maintained by experiences. So am I. From where this can appear. That's the seer. You may call him it differently. That's what you are, that's that. And that's even here now. When you suddenly see, oh, all this game is of the mind. Yeah. So there is not much to do. It is to surrender so much that you can hear, even those sublime experiences which looks like the self, even that is the mind. And that's why there is in and out. in time, you see, you are time. It's only experiences. And the self, let's say, what's real, expresses itself all the time. That's why it is said, dedicate a split second. It's a way to say, but it means even before time. Dedicate a split second before the time grasps you to realize. It's not in time, it's not with practices, it will not be through meditation. You will have states, spiritual states. You will not be free. You will not be free from in and out. And that's a suffering. Because in is very attractive. You feel much more happy and love and whatnot. And it has a perfume of truth. So, don't miss that split second which is always available. You leave behind your expectations, your belief, I am not this and that.
What I'm experiencing right now is
Yeah.
I cannot be with all what
The past, you mean?
recent past.
Yeah, okay. You cannot be, yeah.
I cannot be without it. I cannot.
Ah, you cannot be without it. Sorry, I didn't hear. Okay.
What is happening right now? Yesterday when you spoke
Yeah.
and something, it hit me and I could, all that could go.
Okay. Yeah, I saw it.
All that could go.
Yes.
Seeing what I was cherishing
Okay.
more than
Yeah. Okay.
what you
Okay.
indicated.
Okay.
That was, and I cannot even, it was so sudden.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah. Great. But
when I
you,
just see that just now,
yeah.
I cannot start from here. I'm pulled back.
Okay. But that's
I
why you
cannot
speak of the...
address-
Huh?
Yeah, it's like if I could not look at you like I could look at you yesterday. You see?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
No, yeah, I understand. That's why you spoke in the past also. Huh? Said yesterday it was like this. So it doesn't look like here today, you mean? Okay.
It feels, that's all. What I could see with that time, I'm always pulled back in taking care of what.
Yes, why don't you want to free this habit? It makes you suffer. It makes you suffer. Huh? You see, once for all you have to know that we have not much control about the presentation, about happenings. Okay? So forget about fixing them too. Okay. But what you can do is to free yourself to develop attachment or interest for it, you have to free yourself from that. That's what you experienced yesterday. Yeah? And you were happy because of that. Yes. So that is the indication. So, when it looks it is not a fact just now, go back there. Now you say it suddenly came. Sure, it was always sudden. But it means that at that time, you were ready to give up. Something you gave up. Or something you heard cut the rope. Yeah? So it can still happen. If you cherish that, it can still happen. And you will love to do it more than to nourish what is presented. Yeah. Clear, huh? Okay. Yeah? So go back again and again, because habits are strong. So again and again, and one day this also. Yeah?
Ganga, my life is good and it doesn't actually bite me, but I just often feel this emptiness inside of myself.
Okay.
And I try to, I move from place to place, from country to country, and I try to make my life as exciting as I can.
Yeah.
And when I have something new, at the beginning, I feel happy and I feel good, and then after some time I start feeling this emptiness within again. And I've been looking for something my whole life, but I don't know what it is, and every time I confront myself, I just feel empty.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do and what to look for.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know, I may make it clear what is offered here, and then you see if there is some resonance or not.
Yeah, because, I try to be happy from external things.
Sure.
Like
sure.
nice experiences, travels, meeting people and everything.
Sure.
But this is external.
Yeah.
And I don't feel this way internally. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, to go inside, you see, first of all, trust your wanting to go inside, because that will create a path. Okay? So where to go inside? Maybe you can hear this. Whatever I experience or describe, whatever I describe, actually it's not really who I am. Start that, and that may create a path, inner path. Whatever you can describe. Let's see.
And describe, you mean describe myself, who I am?
That we do that all our life, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yes. Through external things, surely, and innerly too. But I just want you to turn your look inward. So, or maybe you hear this, have you realized, probably not fully, that is because there is a subject which I call I. I travel, I feel this and this. This I, that subject of all things, everything depends on that subject. You cannot even pronounce a sentence, even if you are clever enough to say a sentence without I, it is unsaid I. There must be I before all this is going on. Are you sure about that?
Yes, I am. I just want to feel complete, and I want to feel content with myself and not with the world around me.
Yeah, but if you know that the world, the outside and the inside world depends on I, and that the happiness or the peace will not be contained with the subject and its objects. Objects are also inside. And they are called states of different kinds. Then the self-inquiry is given, who is this I after all? And that direction will give you total contentment.
And how to look for this I?
That is your work. I cannot do it for you. I can just express which direction to take. But it's the beginning of a search of something else, that is sure. You see? When you say emptiness, in fact it's a lack. There is something which is lacking. Yeah. So follow that voice now. It will bring you more than what the world brings. But you already went to satsang, no?
No, it's my first
It's
time.
first time?
Yeah.
Oh, acha. Do you understand a bit what I say?
A bit,
A
but
bit,
to be
yeah.
honest, not completely.
No. Yeah, okay. Yeah, here you see we speak more about the subject, I, than about the object.
Yeah.
And as we can question the objects, because they go on changing, we can question their permanency, whatever it is. You can do the same with the subject.
Just question who I am.
Yeah.
Like, what am I? Who am I?
Who am I? Yeah.
Okay.
So let it work in
Yeah.
you. Yes.
I'll try this.
And you know the answer, the real answer, will not be in an experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck.
It seems that one can stop his own bliss. I can stop my own bliss if I stop.
Yeah. And what other experience you have then?
When I come here, I sit down. It's like a fountain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I start asking questions. Somehow it's blocked now, a little bit.
Yeah, the fountain is blocked.
Yeah. a bit.
The mind entered.
It's a killer, eh? It's a killer.
Yeah.
Kills all life.
Yeah. You should make a song with that. A rock song.
Say, make a song or there's a song.
You should make one, because it's your experience. It's your own words. Very good.
I used to think about it about my father, that in fact he's a killer. Because
Yeah, but
and nothing else.
yeah, but your father is in your mind. So your mind is the killer. Akash, you know the direction?
Is there a direction?
When there is this question, who am I, there is a direction. If the question disappears, there is no direction. But you see, don't, how would say that? Miss, how should I say that? Don't think that the strength of habits are not that strong. I mean to say that the habits are very strong. So it's good to have this question, this trident of that direction. Yeah?
I think that is what brought me to express that
Yes.
to you, what I did today.
Yes. I'm very happy. Be also very happy. That is finally to be in satsang. Yes.
Since yesterday, it came to me like how much arrogance are in me, you know? And I was blind.
Yes,
With
sure,
this.
we are blind. Yes.
And just today I understand that I can do nothing with
Yes.
you say something and I think it was Moksha asking. And I just suddenly said, but you don't have to do nothing. You can't do nothing. It's not you, it's not the I.
Yes.
And it's because I was
I know.
with the arrogance, you know.
Yeah.
And suddenly I understand that I can't and I don't have to
Yeah.
understand nothing
Yeah. Yeah.
with this.
Yeah.
I just have to listen again and again and again and recite it and go
Open your heart, that's all.
yeah, and go in the direction. Yeah.
Ah, very good. Yeah.
I've got two questions if you don't mind.
Yeah.
One is I've got like
I don't hear well.
Oh, I'm sorry. The first question is, I felt like I've been out of my body for a few months now, and about 3 weeks ago I fell down the stairs, and the message I got was you needed bringing back down to earth. I just wondered what that was all about, because you were talking about in and out, being in and out of the mind. Was I out of my mind?
What is in the mind?
You were talking about
Yeah,
being
in and out, yeah.
Yeah, but I felt like I wasn't actually in my body, and I haven't felt like that for a while. I feel disconnected from it, and then
From the body, yeah.
and then I fell down the stairs.
And you are again in the body.
Yes.
But that's not the problem of satsang.
No. Right.
You know, in satsang you don't need to be grounded or not grounded. Who cares? You have to know that you are not the body.
It hurt. I'm still doing it.
Yes, yes, it hurts.
Right, okay. Well, the other question was, with the mind, what about on a worldwide basis?
Oof, really, could you, I
Yeah,
don't,
on a worldwide
Yeah.
basis. What about paedophilia and things like that?
which ophelia? What about?
The paedophilia, you know, all the bad that's going on.
What is?
Abusing children.
Huh?
Pedophilia children. Sexually abusing
Pedophilia! Oh my God! It's because you are in the body that you bring this subject. It's misery as the body is.
So do we push that all aside and not give it any, not think about it then?
No. If your circumstances bring you in those circumstances, react. If you are not in those circumstances, it's samsara. It's the misery of the world. Because nobody is happy. Everybody wants to feel the unsatisfaction. But they don't know the way. So at least try to know the way. That will help more.
So it's our minds that have brought that in.
As I say, according to your circumstances, you can always ask. The body I think I am, I can describe. And I wish you, I may trust this sentence, I am not the body nor the mind. Even if it looks outrageous, scandalous, or completely mad. At some point one wants to take that risk. Maybe it's true. There is the direction of peace, love, happiness. Yes, please. I really cannot understand. You come near, please. You come near. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I really cannot understand. Yeah, wherever. Yeah. Yes, please.
It's like so full.
Yes.
But there's like almost like a saboteur. Saboteur.
Oh.
That has like a repetitive. Sorry, has a repetitive pattern that keeps this in out. And so there's always, I don't know how to explain, it's just full.
Yeah.
And empty
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yes, I'm happy to hear that.
But there's this
No, you don't look at that.
at all.
At all.
It's that simple.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I just never look and then it just goes.
Don't care.
And then no in and out. Just this.
Don't have a doubt. You spoke of fullness and emptiness. Because if you look at that person, he will speak of in and out. Not fullness or emptiness.
Forgive me.
It's nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
no real question, but I'm just seeing that I'm grasping, like looking for a question, so I don't know whether to just, and it's a distraction.
Yes.
It's
You
taking
don't
me
need
out of,
you don't need to pick up anything.
yeah.
But then don't describe yourself as you did. Because that is picking up a thought. Clear? Good.
Yeah, now the thoughts. It's just kind of.
Because blankness is also a thought, huh? It's an expression of an experience.
Yes, yeah, since yesterday it's becoming quite clear that
Yeah.
the oscillation is not really any different, like the extreme periods of thought or the dead zone,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it, is essentially the same.
Yeah.
But then there's this seeking to stay in between or something.
But it's a thought. You don't pick up a thought, isn't it? You see, the mind will always invent a beyond, and then once you experience something like that, another beyond, and another beyond, and then when beyonds are enough, it's prior and prior. The mind will never stop presenting you better and better and better. Don't listen. For once, if you understood the mechanism of the mind, just don't go there. It is the way of its appearance. You see, you are not obliged to confuse yourself for that, because that makes one suffer. Enough. It's your birthright to say enough. A birthright. Take it.
So last night there was a period of fire and inquiry, you would say, and
You speak of now. Ah. Yes.
There is this peace and stillness.
This piece of what?
Not cake. No, just it's here.
Yeah.
And then sometimes this is the entry for me.
Yeah.
That I talk with somebody and then there is just this peace, and then if I go there.
Oh, it's so annoying. There is always this piece.
Not cake. Yeah, and then I go there with with the attention, and then it's getting more pieces.
there are some degrees of peace.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it's still.
You are lucky, no?
What?
You are quite lucky.
Yes. But then I look around, and then immediately there are others.
Other peace.
Yeah, maybe, yes, yeah. And then, but I always have to go back then to my piece.
It's yours. If it is your piece, other pieces are their piece, yeah? Maybe it's just peace.
Maybe it's
Is
just
there
peace.
I and you in that piece?
No?
Ah, don't say my piece.
Okay, yes. Yes, there is really, yeah, it's the piece, yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Yes. I don't know, yes. It's solved.
But you are lucky. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes there are so many questions I want to ask, or jokes or whatever. And then, but if there is this peace, then it just passes. And sometimes then I'm sad that I didn't jump on this joke. Yeah. But
It's
now
not so dramatic.
it's not so dramatic. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it means now you give more emphasis to peace than to jokes or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm happy for that.
Yes.
You are anyway funny by nature, so.
From the outlooking or what? No.
Yeah, you, I say. You. What I see.
Yeah. But this childish comes, I mean, my name is Gopal, and I think this childish comes sometimes really in, and I don't like it because
Why?
then I'm not in peace anymore. Yeah, and I think it doesn't honor then me. What if I had an insight or
You
whatever,
see, that
and so-
piece is a bit complex.
Yes, yeah. But if I just go then there to shut up, I go just to the peace again, then it could be that it will pass.
Then
away.
just go.
Yeah.
Disappear there.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Mwah. Is there not a puppet of you?
I am a puppet, yeah.
No, sometimes I just see a puppet and I would like to kiss it.
Yeah. The Gopal! You can't help, you are a Gopal. In appearance, of course, dear.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.